catch by Jay Nathaniel. Touchdown, Hurricanes!
Shooter take a shot deep. Open target! From left to right, sets off. Oh,
Down!
watch him, he's gonna step. He's gonna go for it. Fell from the sky into Aaron Icing.
The battle for Old Bessie takes its place in Neyland Stadium. Smokey is ready on the sideline. Rocky Top's been playing all day. West Virginia and Tennessee here on Thursday night. My name is Cade Padgett. Joining me in the booth is Dominic Barfield. Dominic, we got a good one tonight.
Oh, absolutely. You know, we were just in Tuscaloosa a little bit earlier, took a quick little flight over here. It's still incredibly cold, but the crowd and the energy is electric. Both teams are out here showing that they want to win this. They want to take it for the pride. We're just going to see which team wants it more tonight.
And we had a little bit of a rivalry game in our earlier window with Alabama and LSU. And West Virginia and Tennessee have a little bit of an impromptu rivalry as well. Sterling Verdugo will take the ball first for the Tennessee Volunteers. Turns around and hands off to his running back, Kelby Fulton, for 8 yards.
And an absolute incredible start for the night by Kelby Fulton. You absolutely love seeing those 8 yards for the first play of the night. Set the tempo and set the pace.
Two backs in the backfield with Verdugo. Two receivers to the top of the screen. Verdugo drops back, fires it to his man out of his backfield, and he is throwing a stiff arm as James triplet for 7 yards.
And the first connection to the big tight end to start it off as well. Love to see the tight ends getting utilized early in this game.
2-by-2 set. Fulton behind Verdugo. Verdugo calling his audibles, takes the snap. He's looking, fires it downfield, has a man, and it is deflected. Ball finds the turf.
Not exactly the most ideal pass there. Maybe should have looked to throw that away. But credit to the defense for stepping up and providing adequate pressure on that coverage.
Empty set for the Tennessee Volunteers. 3 to the bottom, 2 to the top. Verdugo fires it over the middle, has a man on a slant route. Falling forward is Wesley Todd. First down, Volunteers.
And it certainly felt like a generous home spot to me there. But you know, in my old age, what do I know up here?
Tony will be making his appearance at some point tonight, I'm sure. 3 receivers to the top, 1 to the bottom. Verdugo turns around, hands to Fulton. Fulton throwing a stiff arm running left. Gets up near the 40. He's not down. Now he's down. 8 yards.
Wow, Kelby Fulton is absolutely doing everything to introduce the intensity and the veracity on the field tonight.
1 back in the backfield, trips set to the top of the screen. Verdugo fires it downfield, has a man on a wheel route. Good throw to hit Wesley Todd in stride.
Wow, and Verdugo is absolutely feeling comfortable at home right now. In your home stadium, the crowd behind you, you feel the energy, the team's ready to go. They are absolutely off to a great start so far, Cade.
We have a Twitch update, just like the 6 o'clock window over on Twitch. The 8 o'clock window starts off with a pick 6. Bill Bass takes it to the house for Florida State. They jump up on Colorado 7-0, 8-19 in the first quarter. Full house formation for Verdugo. Hands off to Fulton. Fulton running right, gets 6 yards.
And Fulton is just keeping the tradition so far of this drive of just hard, angry running. Absolutely loving the production you're seeing so far.
You know, we're not going to have that many quote-unquote game-breaking running backs on Thursday night, but we have some guys that are going to grind out 4 to 5 yards a carry. But Ronnie King, I believe that is a walk-on.
Indeed,
if I'm not
is.
mistaken, and he gets brought down hard.
And this is why walk-ons don't get scholarships.
3 receivers to the bottom, 2 to the top. Verdugo hangs in the pocket, fires to his man on the middle. Broken tackle, fighting for the end zone goes Dusty James. Volunteers strike first.
And an absolute dime over the middle and good hard running afterward by Dusty James as Tennessee answers early in this game. What a beautiful drive for the Volunteers. West Virginia not exactly happy with that performance on defense. Definitely going to need to take a look at that and tighten up in some certain spots. But now it's going to be time for Gunnar Rice and company to come out and prove that they can absolutely score as well to match Tennessee.
And it was a very good drive by the Volunteers to set the tone early. Like you said, playing at home in a rivalry game like this is always a luxury. As we saw last game, the Crimson Tide dominated at home as Tank Golden takes it out 19 yards for the West Virginia Volunteers. And we are going to see all-world quarterback Gunnar Rice.
Now, some would use that. Some would use other terminologies. But we're going to let Gunnar Rice come out here and dictate which term tonight.
3 receivers to the top, 2 to the bottom, empty formation, motion the slot receiver into the backfield. Gunnar Rice jab steps, hangs to the pocket, fires it into traffic, and it hits the turf.
Tries to squeeze it in between 2 defenders there, and just not enough comfort there to get that pass completed.
And for any of our newer viewers that don't know what Gunnar Rice is about, 3 receivers to the top, 1 to the bottom, and off to Keith Samuel. Samuel's up the middle, loses his yard. But Gunnar Rice is widely regarded right up there with North Carolina's Kevin Price and Michigan State's Cole Mantell, Oklahoma's Timoteo D'Este, as an amazing dual-threat quarterback.
Nice insight, Cade.
3 receivers to the top, 1 to the bottom. Rice takes the snap, stays in the pocket, getting pressured, and as he throws, and it is underthrown. Great deflection by Trevin Day.
And the Volunteer defense comes out and matches the intensity of the offense, holding West Virginia to a 3-and-out. Not the kind of start you want to see from Gunnar Rice and company.
And a great hold by the Volunteer defense, and they're going to have great field position as Trey Gaither takes it up to midfield.
Now, Cade, anytime you can start around midfield, you're going to kind of like having the field cut in half for you.
Literally, half the field is 50 yards. 3 receivers to the top, 2 to the bottom. Verdugo fires it over the middle, has a man, and it is broken up. The receiver could not hang on after the hit.
You gotta imagine the cold weather is certainly making an impact on the receivers tonight. An uncharacteristic start with several drops to this game.
And Tennessee coming out in a heavy throwing formation early on as Verdugo fires it into the sideline to avoid the turnover. Might have had a man on the check down.
Oh, no, absolutely had the receiver open. It just looks like it was a complete overthrow. So that ball is still cold right now, and it's probably still slick coming out of his hands.
3 receivers to the bottom, 1 to the top. Verdugo takes the snap, looking, hanging in the pocket, fires it to his running back on the sit down, and Fulton paid the price.
Oh, absolutely just flatlined by, I believe that was Billy Davis, that was Kevin Davis on it.
Yeah, no, it was Billy Davis.
Gotcha.
And the ball, I believe, I was reading something, I don't know if that was a for the brand moment. It was not. Rolls into the end zone for a touchback. And the West Virginia offense gets the ball back very quickly. 2-by-2 set. Rice takes the snap, fires it downfield, has a man, and it is dropped again. Like you said, the cold weather impacting these receivers early.
Yeah, because if you would say that Gunnar Rice would start his day off 0-3, you absolutely would not believe that.
2 to the bottom, 2 to the top. Rice calling his own number on the read option, fighting for yards, 8 yards. That's up 3rd and 2.
Oh, Gunnar said, if I can't trust for it to be done in the air, I'll keep it on the ground. I'll call my own number. Sometimes you got to do anything to get that spark to start.
3 receivers to the top, 1 to the bottom. Rice on the read option calls his own number, running left, cuts it upfield. Inside the defender, he's got a lane. He's got blockers. Gets caught up on his blockers. 1 broken tackle. Up to the 30-yard line go the Mountaineers.
You know, Gunnar Rice is absolutely going to have a talk with his blockers, because if he's outspeeding them and having to run into their backs, they're not trying hard enough. If he doesn't have to run into his own convoy, he's taking that to the crib, Cade.
Well, number 11, Jay Pittman, tried to cut in front of Gunnar Rice to throw a block, which would have helped get him to the end zone, but ultimately they kind of got a little tangled up there and slowed Rice down. 2 receivers to the top, tight end receiver to the bottom of the screen. Motion the tight end out. Rice in the shotgun, takes the snap. He's getting pressured, fires it to his left side on top to his tight end on a sit route. Hamilton Burger for 6 yards.
Nah, just absolute. Love to see the big burger getting involved nice and early. You're going to hear me chirping on that all night.
Two backs in the backfield, two receivers to the top. Rice, play action, fires it to his back out of the backfield, throws a man off. Nasty stiff arm goes Tank Golden coming over from the defensive side.
No, absolutely. Tank Golden coming over and making something out of nothing and absolutely tanking a would-be and getting a tank back in response. Absolutely hard hitting to start this game.
I love the dad jokes in the nameplay. It's awesome. We have a Twitch update coming after this play. Tight end receiver to the bottom of the screen. Two receivers to the top. Rice calls his own number again on the read option, and he gets the first down. 5-yard gain. Over on Twitch, it is a 1-yard touchdown run by Adavian Augustin for Florida State to go up 14-3 with 5:29 left in the first quarter. Rice drops back, fires it on a double out route, has his man Ham Burger again for 3 yards.
And Burger out there doing pirouettes, absolutely beautiful way of maintaining possession of the ball through the hit.
You know, there's always an article every year as Rice takes the play action, fires it into the end zone, and it is deflected by Alex Thompson. Good play. But there's an article every year talking about the best named recruits, and I have to say, Hamilton Burger, top 3 all time.
I have to agree, Cade.
3 receivers to the bottom. Rice fires it into the end zone, has a man, and it is broken up. Went up for it, but could not hang on, was West Virginia, and they're going to settle for 3.
No, West Virginia's going to be happy to get points on the board pending field goal. Let me not jinx this real quick.
Nate Murphy, it says you're number 3 on the list, but I'm talking like number 3 all time. Like, I have a hard time finding a recruit with a better name than Ham Burger.
I don't know. I'm a particular fan of pasta and Alfredo, but you know.
Tennessee fielding the kick out to the 30 goes Joel Macklin Jr. And the Volunteers are taking over. Trips to the top. Fires it over the middle of the field, has a man, and it is caught by Nico Dennis for the Tony 10.
Oh, I feel a disturbance in the force.
You and these disturbances, man, you just feel them.
I'm an empath.
Trips to the top, one to the bottom. Fulton behind Verdugo. Verdugo calls his own number, running left, cuts it outside, has the first down and more.
Yeah, I feel Verdugo just looked at Gunnar Rice and said, oh, you can run the option? Oh, that's cute. I can do it too. What a beautiful run there by Verdugo, calling his own number there. Absolutely trying to take control and move these chains.
And yes, Verdugo did keep it on the option, and we know what Verdugo is. We know what Gunnar Rice is. As hand off to Fulton, running up the middle, has a big lane for 14 yards.
Fulton is just maintaining that hard running, and it is such a sight to see so far. You got to wonder if he can keep it up with 4 quarters.
2 backs in the backfield. West Virginia walking a safety down. Motion the receiver from the boundary on the jet motion, gets the handoff and cuts it upfield. Goes Ace Shepard for 7 yards.
Tennessee is demonstrating that they do not mind keeping the game on the ground tonight. Sterling Verdugo absolutely can throw it when needed, but absolutely beautiful execution so far on the ground.
I feel like they're also demonstrating that they have a rather deep playbook tonight, as Fulton running right only gets a yard, sets up a 3rd and 2.
As the kids will say, Cade, Tennessee's offense is currently in their Duffy right now.
The thing is I haven't the slightest clue what that means. So 2 receivers to the top, 2 to the bottom. Verdugo drops back, hanging in, fires it to his left side, has a man, Wesley Todd. Move the chains, Tennessee.
Now, if you're West Virginia, you really wanted to get that stop there, but massive conversion by Tennessee, keeping this drive alive and pushing even deeper into scoring range.
2 backs in the backfield. West Virginia showing blitz. Verdugo, play action. Decides to roll out right. Doesn't like what he sees, and he is brought down. Credit that sack to Jason Banks, but also credit it to the DBs.
I also credit it to Kelby Fulton absolutely just stopping and not playing any type of protection there, just watching his quarterback absolutely just get demolished on that sack.
Well, if Fulton tries to peel back to the line of scrimmage, that will be a penalty, so I don't think he really could, as West Virginia is showing blitz again. Play action, Verdugo hanging in the pocket, getting pressure, drop again. Even harder this time goes Caspian Oko.
And the Volunteers look like they are sputtering, and West Virginia looks like that defense has come to life late in the first quarter. Absolute massive back-to-back stops pushing this offense back. And now they're on the fringe of almost being at a field goal range, Cade.
We have a Twitch update coming shortly. Verdugo takes the snap, fires it to his right side, has a man, and it is out of bounds.
Oh, that's close. You got to imagine they're going to want to take a look at that maybe. No? Okay.
No, he was right on the edge. And over on Twitch, we have a 12-yard touchdown run by the generational talent running back Taylor James as Colorado cuts Florida State's lead 14-10. 3 minutes left in the first quarter. Whoa! Dominic,
Is that? Come on.
Come on. We get so excited.
Come on. Give it.
Oh my good. Come on. Show
Give
me.
it.
It's a for the bread. Oh man, we get so excited. West Virginia in a heavy run formation. 3 tight ends. Handoff to the fullback, Nicholas Hughes for 4 yards.
There's just something about a for the brand moment that just really gets that blood pumping, Cade. And a cold night like this, that was a shot in the system we needed.
Okay, so in terms of like most exciting moments, like obviously for the brand, as Rice keeps it on the speed option running left and he hits the sideline, throws a stiff arm, gets up to the 25. Good run by Rice, but for the brand moment, a thick boy pick, like a defensive lineman interception, and a walk-on touchdown. Those have to be like the 3 most exciting, right?
Give me a thick 6 all day. I am always a fan of the big man rumbling, bumbling, and stumbling for 6.
He's gonna do the fat man dance like BJ Raji for the Packers. 3 receivers to the top. Rice hands off to Samuels, and Samuels gets 3 yards.
Absolutely good start run here by Keith Samuels. Only second rush for the night, but Keith Samuels is gonna eventually get worked up to it.
3 receivers to the top, tight end to the bottom. Tennessee showing blitz, hands off to Samuels. Samuels running left and gets 1 yard.
At this point, West Virginia is just trying to establish a run game on the ground, keep this defense on their heels.
And just like that, my goodness, the first quarter is done. Tennessee leads West Virginia 7-3. You are watching the CFSL presented by PX1 Sports on YouTube. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back. My goodness, Dominic, that was a fast first quarter.
No kidding.
3 receivers to the bottom, 2 to the top. Rice in the shotgun. Fires it over the middle, has a man on a sit route. Caught by Crosby Donahue. I believe that is Donahue's first catch of the night.
Absolutely. And that was the type of movement you needed to see to keep this drive alive. Love to see the execution so far by the Mountaineers.
And Jin Primus for Tennessee, already 6 tackles on the night. Samuels running right, cuts it back left, gets a cool 9 yards. 2nd and 1 coming up.
It's just beautiful ball carrier vision. Seeing that the hole gets plugged, being able to shift to the left, bounce it out, and pick up 9 yards on that run.
3 receivers to the bottom, 1 to the boundary. Rice takes the snap, delayed draw to Samuels, and Samuels is met immediately. Stopped on the play.
No, absolutely stonewalled there by Dave Dennis. Nothing doing on the play. This is going to be a big money down for both sides of the ball.
3 receivers to the bottom, 1 to the top. Rice, delayed draw to Samuels again, and he fights for the first down with a nasty stiff arm.
West Virginia is predicating this drive on Keith Samuels and getting that ground game moving. What a hard-earned first down.
We know what Keith Samuels can do for the West Virginia Mountaineers as Rice finds his man on a wide receiver screen, goes Hunter Dowell. But Keith Samuels on last week, 16 carries for 106 yards and a touchdown. Obviously, he can get it going for you, but you'd like to see a little bit of Gunnar Rice in there as well.
No, absolutely.
Trips bunch to the top of the screen. Rice in the shotgun, takes a step, fires it to his man on an out route, has a man. It is Hamburger for the first down.
Burger. Let me go and get that in there one time for the chat.
You're not going to be yelling mustard over here?
No.
2 receivers to the top, 2 to the bottom. Rice, play action, sits in the pocket, fires it, has a man, and it is dropped. A lot of drops tonight, Dominic.
Like I said, it is cold. You go down there and catch a pass. I'll throw it to you personally, Cade.
Or could you throw me a catchable ball? 2-by-2 set. Rice hanging in the pocket, fires it to his right side, and it is caught by Sebastian Grant.
I'll have you know I was a talented halfback back in my prime. Thank you very much.
Sir, halfback, don't throw the ball.
You don't watch a lot of exciting offense, then.
2-by-2 set. Rice in the backfield takes the snap. Screen pass to Keith Samuels. He has it. He has a lane. Can he get there? Throws a stiff arm for the first down.
And what a beautiful call needed in that moment. You know what, Cade? A wise man once said that 60% of the time, the screen works every time. Beautiful execution on that call.
You waited until the end of the game last game to do it, and now you say it in the second quarter of this one. Rice on the play action, fires it to Daniel Alvarez over the middle, sets up a 2nd and 5.
Dad jokes are like a diesel engine. It's a cold startup.
And it says 2nd and 5, so, but it's not. But they're on the 5-yard line, so I'm curious if West Virginia could get a first down here.
I'd imagine.
Rice hands off to Jackson Gonzalez, the walk-on for 4 yards, sets up a 3rd and 1.
I mean, I'm sure if you get it at like the quarter of a yard mark, you'll probably pick up the first. But I don't think West Virginia's here looking to pick up the first.
No, they're looking for a touchdown. Rice dropping back, fires it into the end zone, and it is caught by Jay Pittman. 1-yard strike as West Virginia goes up.
And touchdown indeed they find. West Virginia answers beautifully on that drive, establishing an offense of their own, predicated by Keith Samuels and finished in the end zone by Pittman. What a beautiful way to answer back and show some love on the road.
16 plays, 90 yards, takes up 4 minutes of game time. But if you're West Virginia sitting at the 1-yard line, obviously the immediate threat is a Keith Samuels run or a Gunnar Rice read option. But Jay Pittman on there beat his corner on the inside in a split second. Throwing it down that close to the end zone is tough, but when your receiver can do that, that is an easy pitch and catch.
When you're such a talented quarterback like Gunnar Rice, you make the improbable seem probable.
Tennessee trails for the first time tonight. 6 minutes left in the second quarter. Let's see what the company of Verdugo and Fulton can get done. 2 receivers to the bottom of the screen, 2 backs in the backfield. Verdugo hands to Fulton running left, cuts it back up the middle, 7 yards.
And as on theme, 7.3 average a run. Just absolutely setting the tone, Kelby Fulton, just keeping it methodical and keeping it consistent.
Yeah, I mean, if he's averaging 7.5 a run, you'd think he'd get it a little bit more right here. As Fulton up the middle gets 5 and moves the chains.
Asking you shall receive, Kate. Right on cue for once. We finally get a call to go our way. Maybe the booth isn't bugged tonight.
I think the booth is always bugged as Smokey does a little dance to celebrate the first down. 2 backs in the backfield. Motion the receiver on the jet motion. Hand it to the receiver on the jet motion. Nico Dennis for 3 yards.
No, Nico Dennis absolutely trying to get a good hard run in there and absolutely hit in the middle of the field for only 3 yards.
Well, Tennessee is leaning heavy on the run game tonight, and they're doing it with multiple people. Verdugo calls his own number on the read option, running right, throws a nasty stiff arm, but will not break the tackle. Brought down on the play by number 8, Billy Davis.
That 3 different runs, 3 different players. They are absolutely spreading that ball around right now.
2-by-2 set, Fulton in the pistol. Verdugo drops back, fires it to the outside, and it hits the sideline. There's a flag.
Pass interference. Defense.
And a pass interference. You don't see that very often. Maybe a little bit of a hometown call. Tank Golden on the penalty. But my goodness, I haven't seen a pass interference since A&M beat Texas last season. Yes, I'm talking about you, Ryan Moreland.
I didn't know we called pass interference in the CFSL.
It's very, I mean, who had that on their bingo card, right? Hand off to Fulton. Fulton being patient, and another penalty. My goodness.
Personal foul. Clipping. Offense.
And I think that might be a little bit of a payback call to help Tennessee after the refs kind of sailed the boat on the pass interference, getting them back with the clipping to set up a 1st and 17.
Who had that on their bingo card?
Who had back-to-back penalties on their bingo card.
He was the third.
No, don't see a third. Verdugo fires it into the sideline, avoids the turnover.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I'm pretty sure most of us are out here to watch and play football, not fill out bingo daubers, but we digress.
Hey, man, bingo can get serious. Verdugo on the 3-step drop, fires it to his man in a flat route, is Ace Shepard fighting to make it a reasonable 3rd down.
Oh, absolutely. Good hard running at making 3rd manageable. You know what, Kate? I have to agree. I'm a fan of blackout bingo myself.
Well, I'm not even gonna touch on it. 3 to the bottom, 1 to the top. Verdugo takes the snap. He's looking, hanging in the pocket, fires it to the left outfield. Has a man streaking. Nico Dennis for the touchdown.
And Nico Dennis takes it to the cribbo. What a absolute dart of a throw by Sterling Verdugo, saying we don't have to just keep it on the ground. We can throw it in the air. Drops have been a problem, but the drop was not the issue there for Nico Dennis as he cruises in for 6, and Tennessee retakes the lead.
And Smokey enjoying that play right there. Tennessee jumps back in front 14-10 on the absolute missile by Sterling Verdugo to Nico Dennis.
You know, Kate, I don't think I agree having Smokey out there. It's cold. Friendly reminder, ladies and gentlemen, your pets are also cold. Bring them inside while it's cold during the season.
He's got a jacket. He's fine, man. Trust me, the mascot of Tennessee, I'm willing to bet he's got a heated little bed or a heated doghouse on that sideline to make sure he stays warm.
Oh, you got to imagine, it's got to be like the UGA level of treatment.
West Virginia taking back over. Trips to the bottom of the screen. Samuels in the backfield with Gunnar Rice. Rice takes the snap. Fires it to Samuels out of the backfield. Samuels cuts up, Hamilton. Berger coming out of the backfield. Nice catch.
And Nathan, I had to say that PI call was absolutely just massive. Could not afford that at that time.
You rarely see PI, man, as Rice fires it out immediately on the screen pass. Didn't like what he saw.
You know what, Kate? Speaking of the start of my 5th season, I think I've seen pass interference twice.
That is my 2nd time. Empty set for Rice. Over the middle. Broken tackle number 1. Couldn't break the 2nd one. Sebastian Grant for 5 yards, but the Volunteers force a punt.
Now, the Volunteers have got it going on both sides right now, and you've got to imagine these cold, rowdy, diehard fans in Neyland Stadium are absolutely rocking right now. West Virginia's in a little bit of a hole right now. They've got to find some answers.
And if you're West Virginia, you have to feel like the penalties on that last drive kind of derailed what you had going on. But there's still plenty of time left. And you've done your job against this Tennessee offense. For the most part, let's see if they can keep it going. 2 backs in the backfield. Verdugo rolling to his right, fires it to his right, and met immediately. Brought down was Jimmy White.
Well, I'd definitely say the defense stepped up to the answer there. What an absolute missile tackle on that wrap-up.
We have a Twitch update coming momentarily. 2 backs in the backfield. Verdugo calls his own number on the read option, running right, misses the tackler, and gets up near midfield for 9 yards. Over on Twitch, a 16-yard touchdown pass to Donovan Allen as Colorado takes the lead over Florida State 17-14 with 5:18 left in the half. Verdugo hands to Fulton running up the middle, and he throws a man off for 6 yards. First down, Volunteers.
Absolute hard, angry run by Kelvin Fulton. You know what, Cade? That's just been the theme of tonight. All 4 games so far have been absolute incredible close games.
We've had a lot of good hard running in the games that you and I have seen tonight. 2 backs in the backfield. Verdugo, play action, drops back. He's got all day. He's calling his tax guy. He's fighting a condo. He's eating dinner. Finds a man wide open downfield. And inside the red zone goes Tennessee. Timeout falls.
Where's the that was easy Staples button when you need it? Had nothing but time.
full house, and off to Fulton running left and met immediately by the West Virginia defense. Excuse me.
Okay, I think that might be Fulton's shortest run of the night.
3 receivers to the top, 1 to the bottom. Verdugo in the shotgun, getting pressure. Can he get it off? No, he can't. Brought down for 6-yard loss. Jason Banks, his second sack of the night.
And Jason Banks is making it felt back there in the backfield, just being an absolute phenom and causing mayhem whenever he can get his paws on somebody.
2 receivers to the top, 2 to the bottom. Verdugo takes the snap. He's hanging in the pocket. He's choosing to roll out. He's stepping up. He loses control of the ball. West Virginia has it. The first turnover of the night. Couldn't come at a better time.
Oh, that was absolutely monumental for the Mountaineers to capitalize getting that turnover, especially in scoring range for Tennessee. You prevent them from getting any points. Now this is where you go and you establish a drive. Well, you can't really establish a drive. You've got 97 seconds to work with. Go get points before the half.
The ball was punched out by Caden Laban, his first forced fumble on the season. 2 receivers to the top, 2 to the bottom. Rice on the screen pass, fires it into the sideline. Gunnar Rice, an inefficient 12 completions for 75 yards. Not what you want to see.
No, absolutely an off-kilter performance.
3 receivers to the top, 1 to the bottom. Rice in the shotgun. Another screen pass to Samuels. Samuels got it to the boundary. He can't get his blockers, and he steps out of bounds. 3-yard gain.
Love the call there. Hate how it turned out. Unfortunately, not the 60% bracket there.
No, screens, especially at this point of the game, is an opportunity for you to, it's a low risk, high reward thing that if it breaks, it's going to be a big play. And they're running it again, and he's getting some big pancake blocks, but he can't get to where he needs to get. Needed 7, got 6. Timeout volunteers, they're going to get it back.
Gutsy call there.
And we have another Twitch update coming shortly as Tennessee is going to have it just outside of just inside of the 40-yard line, approaching midfield. Over on Twitch, a 15-yard touchdown pass to Rashad Williams. Florida State retakes the lead 21-17 with 3:55 left in the half. 2 receivers to the top, 2 to the bottom. Verdugo drops back, fires it over the lane of traffic, and it is knocked away by Elwood Gray.
West Virginia was trying to get another turnover in as many plays. That could have been big.
Tiny in chat, who had 3 screens in a row? Not sure anybody did. Verdugo drops back. He's hanging in the pocket. He's getting pressured. Fires it over the middle. Has a man. Broken tackle. Goes Nico Dennis into Mountaineer territory. The Volunteers are going fast. 3 receivers to the bottom. Verdugo motions his tight end from left to right. Takes the snap. He's hanging in the pocket. He fires it deep downfield into traffic. Knocked away by Will Brown.
First deflection of the night. 3 tackles so far by him. Absolutely locking down out there so far.
And Tennessee about as split down the middle as you can go. 19 passes, 19 runs. Verdugo drops back, fires it over the middle, has a man. Laid out goes Joel Macklin.
Oh, absolutely just got flatlined out there. I want to say that was Billy Davis again out there just hitting hard.
And Tennessee goes with the spike. Interesting there that they want to stop the clock. We know how quick certain teams in the CFSL can score, especially near the end of half. You'd maybe want them to bleed it off a little more there. 2 receivers to the top. I mean, maybe. 2 to the top, 2 to the bottom. Verdugo drops back, fires it to his man out of the backfield, and it is fighting for a first down. Near it is Kelby Fulton.
Yeah, you kind of want to think so, because if you don't pick it up here, you got to imagine West Virginia is calling a timeout.
2x2 set. Verdugo drops back. He's hanging in the pocket, getting pressured. Fires it into the end zone. And he is all alone, but overthrew him. Out of bounds.
Oh, that's the throw that you're going to want to have back for Verdugo. That hurts.
I mean, I think look, there's a lot of game time left, but it's a luxury being able to go into halftime up by 2 scores. I mean, Murph, you and me in the same boat, man. I thought they'd at least give it another look. West Virginia's gonna have a chance up at the 30-yard line due to Zach Egg on the return. 3 timeouts, 25 seconds. You probably have about 4 or 5 plays.
Nah, you gotta imagine that. I mean, it helps having, an entire pocket full of timeouts to go with you, so you absolutely can be aggressive here and take shots early.
I mean, yeah, you can't take these timeouts into half. They don't help you. 4 receivers to the bottom, 1 to the top. Rice dropping back, fires it to Berger on the delayed out route, and he is going for 6 yards. Timeout, Mountaineers.
5 seconds bled off for 6 yards. Not sure that math's mathing for me right now.
Low risk, high reward. 3 receivers to the top, 2 to the bottom. Rice fires it to his man on a seam route. Caught, and he is down near the 30. Crosby Donahue for 32 yards.
Guess who? It's Donahue absolutely picking up a massive conversion.
Quads to the boundary top of the screen. Rice in the shotgun. Tennessee coming on a blitz. West Virginia into the end zone, and it's dropped. Oh, missed opportunity.
And drops are just the name of the game tonight, Cade.
2-by-2 set. Rice takes the snap. Hanging in the pocket, has all day. Fires it into the end zone into traffic, and it is knocked away by Trevin Day.
You got to imagine at this point you settle for 3.
I mean, yeah, with 5 seconds left, there's no reason to try to go for anything bigger than that right here. You got the 3-point, at least an attempt. Over on Twitch, a 7-yard touchdown pass to Rashad Williams, his second of the night. Florida State extends their lead 28-17 over Colorado. 1:55 left in the half. The kick is up, and the kick is good for West Virginia and Howie Hart.
Okay, you know how crazy it'd be if we watch a run back real fast?
I'm going to stay silent. And it's not going to get to the end zone. It's a good return by Trey Gaither, but that is going to do it at half. The Tennessee Volunteers are leading the West Virginia Mountaineers 17-13. You are watching the CFSL presented by PX1 Sports on YouTube. Halftime report, Dominic. Break it down.
Break it down for you? Here, I'll spell it out for you. DROPS. Drops is the name of the game. Don't blame it on the cold weather, blame it on stiffness, blame it on what you want, but drop passes have absolutely spelled mishaps and doom for this game. We've had walk-in would-be touchdowns dropped. We've had conversions get dropped. We've had passes out of bounds. We've seen some crazy mishaps tonight. Both defenses are really showing to try to put some effort into this. West Virginia's got to find some answers. They've had opportunities, just couldn't come up with them and convert. It's going to be an interesting half to say, Cade, we are still locked in for plenty of more football.
And we look at the first half stats. West Virginia, obviously, they're going to be leading in the rushing yards. We know they are a run-first team. And Tennessee dominating in the passing yards. Time of possession pretty split, but that one turnover for Tennessee, knocking on the door in the red zone, a fumble, could have pushed this to a 2-score game and would still be a 2-score game even with that West Virginia field goal. Now, West Virginia getting the ball to start the second half as Billy Davis on the return. They get a chance to potentially double up, so to speak, on back-to-back scores.
Oh, no, absolutely.
Ball on the 26, going out. 3 receivers to the bottom of the screen, 1 to the top. Rice takes the snap, and he is dropped. Delayed corner blitz, and the Volunteers bring him down. Trevin Day.
Nobody looked Trevin Day's way and just absolutely screamed off the boundary and took him down in a hurry. Not the start for Gunnar Rice.
Didn't see it, didn't even bother to look. Puts West Virginia deep behind the chains. 2 to the bottom, 2 to the top. Samuels running right. Samuels going to get almost all of it and then some back as West Virginia goes over 100 rushing yards as a team, sets up a 3rd and short.
And that run right there absolutely just mitigates everything that we just saw before it. That run was massive.
It's going from 2nd and 18 to 3rd and 1 is really nice. 2 receivers to the bottom, 2 to the top on the motion. 2 backs in the backfield. Rice calls his own number on the read option. Triple option, pitches it to his man behind him, and he won't get there. Sebastian Grant loses a yard. Alex Thompson on the CFL.
The voices in Gunnar Rice's head must have been screaming, because I don't know if I agree with that right there. You pitch that back and you risk losing more than where you were. That was very sketchy, and they're happy to have only lost 1 yard.
if I'm West Virginia, man, on short yardage situations, it's one of two people. It's Keith Samuels or it's Gunnar Rice.
Absolutely. If it's my way, you go north to south, no east west. Try to get to the boundary. It's 1 yard. Fall forward, go get it.
We have a Twitch update coming momentarily. Two backs in the backfield. Verdugo rolling left, plants his feet, fires it to his man on an out route. Broken tackle, 2 broken tackles goes Jimmy White for 5 yards. Over on Twitch, some last-minute action in the half. 16-yard touchdown pass to Cameron Johnson as Colorado scores. Florida State leads 28-24 with 42 seconds left in that half. In the first half of that one, 3 receivers to the top, 1 to the bottom. Verdugo hands to Fulton, running up the middle, spins his way to 8-yard gain.
You know, Kate, it seems to me like scoring before halftime is just the motion this season in the CFSL. It seems like almost every game there's going to be some last-minute scoring before the half.
I mean, yeah, you can't say it any better than that. 2 backs in the backfield, 2 receivers to the bottom of the screen. Verdugo hands to Fulton. Fulton lowering his shoulder gets 6 yards.
And right on cue, that good, hard, aggressive running, 6.5 averaging a touch right now. 6 tackle on the night for Brandon Carr.
3 receivers to the bottom, 1 to the top. Verdugo takes the snap, decides to call his own number on the read option. Too much running back and forth. Barely gets back to the line of scrimmage.
No, absolutely just got smacked on the attempt. 7th tackle for Brandon Carr.
3rd TFL of the night, too. 2 receivers to the top, 2 to the bottom. Verdugo takes the snap. West Virginia bringing a blitz. Verdugo firing it downfield into traffic, knocked away by Tank Golden.
Wow, absolute beautiful deflection by Tank. And what a stand here by the West Virginia defense.
You said it. It was a stand by West Virginia. Coming out of the half, you would have liked to have seen a more complete drive as the ball rolls into the end zone for a touchback, but the defense pays it off and gets the ball right back to Gunnar Rice.
And right now, the name of the game is keep the ball moving forward. You cannot afford to lose any kind of momentum.
3 receivers to the bottom, tight end to the top. Rice takes the snap, fires it over the middle on a slant route, has a man, broken tackle goes Hunter Dowell.
And right on cue, that absolutely was needed. A pass has been completed. Hands have been used. It is a positive play, and West Virginia fans have got to be happy.
Careful, don't speak too soon. The dropsies might be coming back if you talk about it too much.
That's on you.
Don't you do it. 2 receivers to the top, 2 to the bottom. Rice in the shotgun. Takes the snap on a screen pass, has a man. Blocker went nowhere. Hunter Dowell only gets a yard.
Wide receiver screen.
Huh.
Interesting.
Not sure what his inside receiver was doing that was supposed to be his lead blocker there, but at least it's not an incompletion. 2-by-2 set. Rice on another wide receiver screen on the other side of the field. Jay Pittman for 1 yard. I'll tell you what, it's positive yards, but you're going to need more than 1 at a time.
Wide receiver screen. Huh. Interesting.
Jay Pittman has 2 catches for 2 yards, but he does have a touchdown on the night. 2 receivers to the top, 2 backs in the backfield with Rice. Rice has Samuels on the screen, and he goes nowhere. Broken tackle, but still goes nowhere. Loses 3 yards.
Another screen. Huh.
I mean,
interesting.
Are we watching the West Virginia Mountaineers or the Oregon Ducks here? I don't know.
Not enough wide receiver screens for it to be the Oregon Ducks. Not enough wide receiver screens.
My goodness. The West Virginia drive stalled after the back-to-back-to-back screens. That's not what you want to see. I understand that this cold air and the case of the drops might make you a little hesitant to push the ball downfield, but you're not going to get anywhere if you keep throwing it behind the line. As Tennessee met immediately, 3 blockers for Trey Gaither. None of them did anything.
Well, Cade, last time I checked, scared money don't make money. If you're not willing to test the ball down the field, you don't know what you could achieve. You've absolutely got to take some risks.
2 backs in the backfield, 2 receivers to the top. Verdugo hands to Fulton. Fulton running up the middle. Nasty stiff arm. Another one, 7 yards.
That stiff arm had some stank to it. That's just, that's... Sir, sit down.
2 receivers to the top, tight end to the top as well. Verdugo in the shotgun, takes the snap. Getting pressured, hit as he throws, finds his man and holds on into traffic. H. Shepard.
Third catch, 52 yards tonight for Ace Shepard. Absolutely having a great performance this season.
Bolton to the right of Verdugo. Motion the tight end into a receiver spot. Verdugo fires it to his tight end on the out route, and it hits the ground. Another drop.
A drop. I got nothing. Just, of course.
And that was a defensive end dropping into coverage to force the drop. Verdugo rolling to his left, sets his feet, hits his man, and he is met immediately. Jimmy White losing yards. The defenses have come out in this second half hot.
You know, Cade, for this to be an impromptu rivalry, they are absolutely smacking each other like this is a deep-seated hatred rivalry. These hits are almost very familiar of the LSU-Alabama game we called earlier. Just punishing hits out there in the cold.
And if I am correct, I believe that this rivalry is called the Battle for Old Betsy. Someone correct me in chat if I'm wrong. Verdugo dropping up, finds a man down the seam. Behind the coverage he goes. Joe Franklin, 52-yard touchdown.
And what a absolute busted open moment. Tennessee absolutely takes that shot down the field, and it pays off big. Not a drop in sight there. West Virginia has got to find some answers and play this a little bit closer. Got to get some answers before this gets carried away. The crowd will take you out of this game quickly.
And we had a play earlier where West Virginia had a walk-in touchdown that was dropped by the receiver. Tennessee had a walk-in touchdown there, and Joe Macklin made sure he was going to catch it with both hands. Hey, Smokey, if you're going to do a push-up, you actually need to be on the board. I don't know what we're doing.
Glitches in the Matrix, man. It's the second time tonight. Weird things are happening out here in the cold, man.
Hey, red pill or blue pill, you tell me.
Purple.
You can take both. West Virginia on the return. Zach Egg. 4 minutes left in the third quarter, plus the whole fourth quarter. But this West Virginia offense has looked very disjointed tonight.
Yeah, absolutely.
3 to the bottom, 1 to the top. Rice, delayed draw to Samuels. Samuels has some laying up the middle, and he gets 7 yards.
You know what? I'm good thing I'm not a verbal gambling man, because I was willing to bet that we were going to see a fourth screen in a row. I'm glad to see that we have a little diversity here on this drive.
Someone's going to be very mad at you when we get off of this call because you're speaking these things into existence. Rice on the play action, decides to call his own number, rolls out, running, lowers his shoulder. 10-yard run by Gunnar Rice.
I called what into existence, Cade? I just saw a good, hard run by the generational talent, Gunnar Rice. Absolutely making big boys plays and converting first downs.
We'll wait and see if it happens again. 2 backs in the backfield, 2 receivers to the top. Rice hands off to Samuels running up the middle. 5-yard gain, 2nd and 5 coming up.
Right now, the two-headed tandem of Samuels and Rice is right now all West Virginia needs to focus on. Establish that run, get some consistency here.
2x2 bunch set. Rice in the shotgun, fires it down the middle, has a man on a crossing route, and he is flipped. Held on to the ball in traffic was Crosby Donahue, but my goodness.
Now, Donahue out here doing cartwheels on the field, just absolutely getting just disheveled on that hit. Beautiful way, though, to keep hold of the ball in that cold. If he dropped that ball, couldn't have blamed it. I understand.
Donahue felt like Ricky Bobby right there. I'm flying through the air, but he managed to hold on to it. Motion the slot receiver from left to right. Formation to the boundary. Rice takes the snap, hands off to Samuels on the counter, and he's got a lane. Running to the left, gets 6 yards.
Man, I wanted to make a shake and bake reference earlier with Rice and Samuels, but you just opened the floodgate for that.
You got to shake it before you bake it.
Shake and bake.
2 receivers to the top, 2 to the bottom. Rice in the shotgun. Tennessee in press coverage. Rice takes the snap, fires it to his man on a deep slant route, and another drop.
I wonder who predicted that. I don't know that person.
2 receivers to the top, 2 backs in the backfield with Rice. Rice hands off to a walk-on, lowering his shoulders, Jackson Gonzalez. First down.
And what a pick up by the walk-on. Minimal touches, but maximizing efforts. Love to see that.
Tay Allison, 6th tackle on the night. 3 receivers to the bottom of the screen, 1 to the top. Rice takes the snap. Tennessee bringing pressure. Rice fires it, and another drop. A would-be walk-in touchdown. Oh, my goodness.
You know what, Kate? I might be looking for a new job after this game.
2 to the top, 2 in the backfield with Rice. Rice hands off to Samuel, and Tennessee is all over that one. If the receivers can't catch the ball, they can sell out on the run. Jim Primus.
Yeah, no, I mean, what else can you expect for Tennessee to do? If they know drops are the game, take the risk, leave them open, sell out, and go get pressure.
Drifts to the bottom of the screen. Rice, delayed draw to the walk-on. Does he have the speed? He doesn't. Jackson Gonzalez for 3 yards. A good run, but not on 3rd and 11. West Virginia settling for 3.
You call it a good run. I call that fast slow.
It's a good run for a walk-on, and we're going to give credit where credit is due. But West Virginia does manage to cut it to a 1-score game. It is now a touchdown 2-point conversion away from them. Tennessee leads 24-16, 1 minute and 40 left in the 3rd quarter. If you're Tennessee, you have to expect that you're going to see a lot of runs on this drive.
How many times do we say that for it to absolutely not go that way, Cade?
I mean, given what's been going on with the jet motion runs and the Kelby Fulton runs and the Verdugo keepers, I mean, I have to think that Tennessee's just going to pound this rock. Verdugo on the keeper, and West Virginia has ears in the booth. They're selling out for it. Brett Dale, his first TFL of the night.
Maybe they shouldn't keep it on the ground, Cade. Who's really the curse up here?
It's don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
I'm not going down alone.
2 tight ends set, 1 receiver to the top, 1 to the bottom. Verdugo rolling out, sets his feet. He's looking, fires it over the middle, has a man on a deep crossing route. Caught. First down, Volunteers. Ace Shepard, his 4th catch of the night.
You can call Ace Shepard the magic man, because now you see him and now you don't. Absolutely just disappearing behind the secondary and absolutely converting a massive first down for the Volunteers offense.
Are we really going to see how many Talladega Nights references we can fit into this broadcast?
We still got 10 minutes and 10 seconds.
We still got a whole quarter. 2 backs in the backfield, 2 receivers to the top of the screen. Verdugo keeping it on the read option, and West Virginia all over it again. 4-yard loss. Will Brown on the TFL.
4th tackle of the night. Absolutely stymieing anything going there. I guess you could call him El Diablo.
3 receivers to the top, 1 in the backfield with Verdugo. Verdugo hands off to Fulton. Fulton running left. He's got a blocker, but does he have the speed? Throws a nasty stiff arm and hits the sideline. Looks like he lost the ball. Dusty James scoops it up.
Now, absolutely good, hard run, like there's a cougar in the car there. Absolutely lucky to get that converted and picked up and held on to. Just lucky to get that break.
Are they going to review it looked like he was down, so we may see a review here, but it was recovered by Tennessee regardless. They're not going to review it, rightfully so. They didn't get any extra yards, but West Virginia going for the turnover shows they still got some fight. Full house in the backfield. Verdugo hits his man in the helmet. Looks like he wasn't ready for that one.
No, absolutely not. Just a little bit early, wasn't on the same page. Sometimes you have those hang-ups.
2 receivers to the bottom of the screen, 2 backs in the backfield. Verdugo turns around, hands it to Fulton. Fulton running up the middle, has a mile to run. 12-yard gain.
Tennessee right now is absolutely playing this game correctly. They are keeping it on the ground. They are just maximizing time and efficiency, and they are doing it the right way.
Kelby Fulton on the season is averaging over 100 yards a game, and he has already broken that in the 3rd quarter. Turn around and hand it to the walk-on. Spelling Fulton is Ronnie King with a nasty truck stick.
Well, Tennessee decided, well, if West Virginia's bringing out walk-ons, let's bring out walk-ons too. Let's just have a walk-off.
2 receivers to the bottom of the screen, 2 backs in the backfield. This will be the last play of the 3rd quarter. Verdugo calling his audibles. Stays in the pocket, fires it into traffic, and caught by Ace Shepard. 14-yard gain, and that is going to do it for the third quarter. Tennessee up by 8, knocking on the door, 24-16. You are watching the CFSL presented by PX1 Sports on YouTube. We have a Twitch update coming momentarily as Tennessee goal-to-go situation. 3 receivers to the bottom. Verdugo drops back, fires it out of the back of the end zone. Didn't have anything. Over on Twitch, a 2-yard touchdown run by Barrett Michaels. Florida State now leads 38-24 with 1:41 left in the third quarter. Pistol set behind Verdugo. Verdugo takes the snap again, fires it into traffic, and held on by Nico Dennis. Touchdown, Tennessee.
Man, what a beautiful cap to that drive as Tennessee pushes that lead back out to a farther 2 possession and just absolutely putting their foot on the side of the Mountaineers and just building pressure. West Virginia's got to find answers on this drive before the clock becomes not their friend. They're going to have to slow it down. They're going to have to play their brand of football, and they're going to have to find some execution here. Otherwise, Tennessee can make this a long night and drag out this fourth quarter.
West Virginia doesn't need to find some answers. They need to find some stick-em because they should be leading this game with the amount of drops that they've had. But of all the drops that we've had for both teams, what a catch in traffic by Nico Dennis.
No, absolutely. But as you see, Tennessee is showing that it is possible to hold on and to catch the ball. West Virginia's just got to find that dog in them.
As West Virginia sits down 2 scores, 15 points, 8 minutes and 50 seconds left in this game. They need something fast. 2 backs in the backfield, 2 receivers to the bottom of the screen. Rice on the pump, fires it downfield, has a man. He caught that one. He's got a lane. Can he beat it? Knocked down outside the 10-yard line goes Crosby Donahue.
Guess who? Of course, it's Donahue again. 4 receptions, 117 yards. Somebody check his gloves. I can smell the pine tar from here. Absolute magnet to the ball on that one. Beautiful way to turn up and absolutely get something going for the Mountaineers.
It's a great throw on an absolute rope by Rice and a better catch by Donahue. 2 receivers to the bottom, 2 to the top. Rice hands off to Samuels. Samuels running up the middle, gets 4 yards, sets up 2nd and 6.
Well, just good, hard establishing runs. You're going to like what you're seeing. You're just keeping it moving. You're completely running your brand right now.
I feel like this has to be 4-down territory for West Virginia because a field goal does nothing for you. 2 receivers to the top. Rice keeps it on the read option, has 1 man to beat, throws a stiff arm, but can't break the 2nd tackle.
And Cade, no, absolutely. I have to 100% agree. You're not walking away with 3 points and feeling happy. Scared money don't make money. You got to take risks.
Quads to the wide side of the field, bottom of the screen, 1 receiver to the top. Rice, pump fake, takes the snap. He stayed in the pocket, fires it into traffic, and it is caught by Hamburger, but only for a yard.
Not sure I agree with that throw there. If the DB turns around at all, that's cribbed.
And they are gonna go for it. 2 backs in the backfield. Rice on the screen pass. He's not gonna get it off, and it is on the ground. Tennessee forces the turnover.
Like I said, scared money don't make money, but unfortunately, that's the gamble you pay. That is a hard break for West Virginia as they finally find an offense and get down to the red zone. Just can't convert and get it done when needed.
We're being told by the Tennessee AD, Tiny, that Tay Allison is now tied 2nd all-time in tackles for Tennessee in a career. Congratulations to the young man as Verdugo hands to Fulton running right, goes nowhere.
And Fulton being stopped for no gain is not a sight we've seen tonight, Cade. That's, wow.
15 for 109, 7.5 a carry as Fulton gets it again running right, and he didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He got flattened by Billy Davis.
No, Billy Davis absolutely sending shots all night. You got to feel with the score being this much of a margin right now, the defense is probably a little salty and had a little extra stank on that hit.
An opportunity to get off the field for West Virginia. Verdugo drops back, fires it deep down the field into traffic, and it hits the ground. Will Brown, his 2nd deflection of the night.
Oh, absolutely having none of that. Brilliant 3 and out for the defense.
And like you said, it was a great hold by West Virginia to get the ball back early, and they're going to have good field position. Into plus territory, or right at midfield goes Tank Golden. So you're right back at it if you're Gunnar Rice, but you got less time now.
No, right now it is ball up top. You got it. You want it.
Two receivers to the top, 2 to the bottom. Handing off to Samuels. Rice keeps it on the read option, gets 3 yards, sets up 2nd and 7.
Yep, if you're West Virginia, you're gonna want to see some Gunnar Rice calling his own name on this drive. You're gonna want to see that.
He's the big play threat for this Mountaineer offense, and it may be a run, but it is Gunnar Rice. Calls his own number again on the read option, lowers a nasty stiff arm. First down, Mountaineers.
That's got the Mountaineer going crazy on the sideline, Cade.
I would tear every muscle in my leg if I tried to do that. 2 receivers to the top, 2 to the bottom. Motion tight end right to left. Rice takes the snap, pump fake. He's got someone deep. He has a man, and it is held on to. Crosby Donahue. Inside the 5 goes West Virginia.
Murphy, for conscious reasons, I'm not going to repeat that out loud, but I am going to agree with you on that.
I mean, it was a great throw by Gunnar Rice, hitting Donahue in stride. You'd like to see a little bit more air on it and let it have a chance to run under it, but with the amount of drops tonight, they're going to take it where they can get them. 3 tight ends set, 2 backs to the backfield, heading to Samuels, running right, and it is a touchdown. West Virginia closes the gap. It's not over yet.
Wow, and that is the answer you want to see. Let Tennessee know that it's not over yet. You're still going to have to fight for it.
And they're going for 2 now. I understand it. You need it at some point, but it will still be a 2-possession game if you don't get it. Rice takes the snap. He's looking. He's stepping to his left. He's getting pressured, and he is brought down. Sacked on the play by Daniel Fox. It won't go down as a sack on the stat sheet, but the Volunteers will know it. Good hold on the 2-point conversion.
Hey, Cade, I believe you were being summoned via chat.
It's the color. I'm play-by-play. You're color, young man.
No, you're supposed to ask me the question.
What does RTR stand for?
Retire to a retire. Sincerely yours, a disgruntled Dolphins fan.
Oh, man. Tennessee has an opportunity here as we look at a very good night for Sterling Verdugo. Just under 6 minutes left, up by 9. Stringing together a couple first downs, and this game will be that much more out of reach for the West Virginia Mountaineers. Play action, rolling to his right, off of his foot, finds a man, Ace Shepard for 10 yards, Tony 10.
Hey, do you feel like disturbance in the force?
Nah, it's just a draft.
It's just me.
1 back in the backfield with Verdugo. He is an up back. Motion Fulton in from the slot. Verdugo fires it to the right side, has a man on a wheel route. He has space. Jimmy White for 30 yards.
Jimmy White is taking advantage of his minutes tonight over James Triplett. Absolutely wide open, massive pickup, and that is what you want to see for the Volunteers. West Virginia fans turn away, not what you want to see. Defense has got to buckle up here.
Dominic, have we called James Triplett's number or name a lot tonight? I don't think we have.
We've caught it once tonight, Cade.
2 backs in the backfield with Verdugo. Verdugo turns around and hands it to Fulton, and West Virginia's there immediately, but he's breaking a tackle, fighting for extra yards, gets 7.
Because specifically, James Triplett had the second play of the offense.
9-point game, just over 5 minutes left. West Virginia, their defense has to hold strong and only give up 3, if anything, here. Verdugo fires it into the sideline, has nothing. Big 3rd down.
And that's just a reward for a pretty girl up there in the stands.
I mean, he is feeling himself, so it wouldn't shock me. 3 receivers to the bottom of the screen. 1 to the top. As hand off to Fulton for 2 yards. Fighting gets up to a 4th and 1. Questions for Tennessee.
And that question was not long.
No, I get it. You're going to take the points. Extend it 9-12. And the kick is up, and the kick is good. The Volunteers now lead the Mountaineers 34-22, 4:41 left in the fourth quarter. Over on Twitch, Taylor James, his second touchdown run of the night. This one for 3 yards. Colorado closes the gap on Florida State as they trail 38-31 with 6 minutes and 12 seconds left in the game. If you're West Virginia, I mean, obviously, it's do or die time now.
No, absolutely. You've got to go now, and you've got to go yard. Do it fast, and turn around and get a stop. You've got to let it all hang out if you're Gunnar Rice.
Two receivers to the top. Rice, play action, stays in the pocket, has a man, and it is yet again another drop.
DROPPED. Oh my.
Hey, I can't spell. I mean, Gunnar Rice can't hit his guys in the hands any better. At some point, they just have to come up with it. Handing it off to Samuels, running right. He has nowhere to go, sets up a 3rd and long.
No, because how many drop passes have we seen that were going to either convert touchdowns, first downs, like just drops are, again, name of the game tonight.
2x2 bunch set. Rice in the shotgun, takes the snap. Tennessee bringing a delayed blitz, hits his man on a sit route, holds on to that one. Couple broken tackles. Crosby Donahue, 16 yards.
Oh, we must not have known Donahue is that guy. What was that level of effort? How many does he break on this? That's one. There's 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the turf monster. Wow.
The fifth one was finally the one to bring him down, but if he could manage to keep his feet, there wasn't a soul in sight in front of him. 3 receivers to the top. Rice on the bubble screen and hits his receiver Dowell for 7 yards.
Wide receiver screen. Interesting.
No one's allowed to eat popcorn before the game again. Yeah, I don't know why y'all let Brucey on the sideline let him eat all the popcorn. 2 receivers to the bottom of the screen, 2 backs in the backfield. Rice calls his own number on the read option, running left, brought down hard, but it is a first down.
I don't know. I'd rather Brucey on the field than Cheeseburger Eddie, but that's just me.
At least Cheeseburger Eddie can throw some blocks.
I'm gonna leave that.
Brucey can't do nothing. 3 receivers to the bottom, 1 to the top. Rice hands off to the walk-on the counter, running left, cuts it back right, up midfield. Jackson Gonzalez for 16 yards. Get that man a scholarship.
He's averaging 7.5 a run right now. What is going on?
My goodness. West Virginia going fast. Rice in the shotgun, getting pressure and hit as he throws, but he hits through traffic, and it is intercepted by the Volunteers. The mistake that Gunnar Rice could not afford to make. He had a man, needed to put more air on it. Tennessee said thank you.
You don't want to say it, but you got to feel, in all intents and purposes, that might have been the proverbial nail in the coffin. We've seen crazier things, but
with the way that Tennessee has run the ball tonight with Kelby Fulton and Alex Verdugo, you have to think that this ball will not be in the air again. Fulton, 19 carries, 121 yards on the night.
Ball's being thrown right here.
We're under 3 minutes to go. Verdugo hands off to Fulton, and he is met. An absolute heat-seeking missile was Brett Dale.
All right, now ball's going to have to be thrown in the air.
I mean, West Virginia's being smart here and holding on to their timeouts. That is the most important thing that you can have right now. I think Tennessee still runs this. Full house in the backfield with Verdugo. Turns around and hands it to Fulton. Fulton running up the middle, sheds a tackle, and there is the first timeout for West Virginia. Billy Davis on the tackle. The Mountaineers are going to get it back.
Well, that's what you're going to want to see, but too little, too late.
We'll wait and see it. That is an absolute shankopotamus on that punt. Oh, my goodness.
No, that actually does West Virginia more favor than harm. That's a generous, rare mistake by Tennessee tonight.
And if you are West Virginia, you have to think that the amount of time left, Gunnar Rice is either keeping this or it's going to Crosby Donahue. 6 catches, 167 yards on the night for the young man. I mean, They're at the 45-yard line going in. There is an outside shot here if you are West Virginia. 2 receivers to the top, 2 to the bottom. Rice in the shotgun. Fires it to Samuels out of the backfield. Not liking that pass decision. Loses a yard, 2nd and 11.
Nope, can't agree with that one. And as long as we don't see a wide receiver screen here, we'll be fine.
Got to push it downfield if you're West Virginia. 3 receivers to the top. Rice hanging in the pocket. Fires it to Samuels on a check down. Gets 5 yards of the 11. He needs 3rd and 6 coming up. They're going fast. 2-by-2 set. Back in the backfield with Rice. Rice takes the snap. He's looking, stays in the pocket, fires it to Samuels out of the backfield, and met again. Not sure if he got out of bounds or not, but it looks like he did. The clock did stop. 4th and 5. This is the game for West Virginia.
Well, you know, Kate, a wise man said, you throw it short, you're going to come up short.
Who's that? Ryan Moreland. 2-by-2 set. West Virginia fires it to Hamilton. Berger on the corner route. Good pitch and catch.
Oh, massive conversion there. Needed that in the tight end corner route. Absolutely comes up big.
Minute 17 left. Empty formation for Gunnar Rice. Rice takes the snap. Looking, fires it across the middle. Has a man, and it is dropped again.
Oh, so just this is gonna be interesting here, Cade.
I think I know what West Virginia is going to be working on in practice next week. 2-by-2 set. Rice in the shotgun. Fires it over the middle. Has a man on a check down. It is Jackson Gonzalez. The walk-on. 3rd and 7.
Oh, this is where things are going to get a little bit more hairy. You've got to find some success now. Stay away from the screens, push it down the field, and make the right read.
We're at the point of a potential onside if a touchdown is scored. West Virginia over the middle of the field. Evan Browen. Timeout Mountaineers, so they are banking everything on scoring a touchdown here and getting the onside kick. 3 receivers to the bottom, 1 to the top. Rice in the shotgun, hanging in, fires it into the end zone and out of the back of the end zone.
Oh, and to piggyback on what you said, yeah, we've well been in the case of if they score a touchdown, there will be an onside kick. There's no and if or buts.
Well, they had a chance when they still had 3 timeouts, but now that they're down to 1, that's out of the realm of possibilities. Into the end zone, Sebastian Grant holds on. West Virginia not going down without a fight.
Now, Sebastian Grant is granting this offense a chance at redemption and getting this onside kick pending the PAT and making a difference. This could be interesting. We have seen onside recoveries in the past. It's not out of the ballpark here.
Everything is in front of us right now. We still have 40 seconds left in this game. It is a tight one, but the question is the amount of drops. I mean, obviously it's a big thing, but the amount of drops for West Virginia, I mean, that's obviously the game changer. And the onside kick is here, and it is immediately caught, an absolute missile into the arms of the Tennessee Hands team, and Tennessee recovered by Wesley Todd. That should do it, pending a few kneel outs. Over on Twitch, a 7-yard touchdown pass to Speedy Hernandez, or a 1-yard touchdown pass, to Speedy Hernandez for Colorado. They tie it up 38-38 with 1:07 left in that game. And Tennessee is in victory formation, the best formation in football.
And just hats off to them. Tennessee absolutely earned this victory tonight.
And Tennessee is going to be going into conference play at 2-1. West Virginia going into the Big 12 at 1-2. And both of these teams still have their entire season in front of you. Not what you want if you're the West Virginia Mountaineers. You got to clean some things up for next week. But that is officially going to do it. The Tennessee Volunteers defend home turf. They beat the West Virginia Mountaineers 34-29. Dominic, wrap it up for us.
No, absolutely. Tennessee, if you're Tennessee, you like what you saw tonight heading into league play next week. You absolutely did some right things. You're happy with the performances. You're going to work on making some tweaks here and there, but you absolutely are feeling some confidence going into SEC play. For West Virginia, you just didn't have all the answers tonight. You're gonna take a look at a couple of things. You're gonna definitely touch the junk machines all week, but you're gonna come back into league play and you're gonna be ready to go. And we look forward to having you guys out there.
Thank you to our executive producer, Mike Peters, our associate producer, Austin Crow. You have been watching the CFSL presented by PX1 Sports on YouTube. Head over to Twitch if there is still time. If not, we will see you on Monday at 5:30 for the Inside the Blitz podcast. And then we jump into league play. Miami travels to North Carolina and USC travels to Michigan State. My name is Cade Padgett. Joining me in the booth is Dominic Barfield. As always, Thursday night's where it's at, guys. We will see you next week